Oompa.
What are the cardiacs all about? Yes, that's what they are.
All about 5 foot.
I should leave that talk on there. Thank you. So, with the first question.
Have we started?
Take two. What are the cardiacs all about?
It's about this little dog that got lost, and it's sort of like, it's walking down the road, and you know if you see a dog walking up the pavement, its back legs are slightly out of alignment with its front legs, aren't they? And it kind of goes when it's closed a little bit too long. It's usually got a little bit of a jingly thing going. Ching, 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 ching. Not really. All about. Hey, we're not about anything. You know, so we're not about anything at all. We do what we want when we want to play whatever tunes we like. If the tune suits us, we play it. If it don't, we don't play it. So.
Who are you? Who are the cardiacs?
Me, Tim, John
Paul,
Jim, who plays bass, and Bob, who plays those drums. Those drums. Bob, yeah.
You've got a new album coming out, I believe. I heard a track off it. When is it due out?
It should have been out now, but it's not, no, because we didn't finish it in time. But it's finished now, but it'll be out in about, hopefully, well, it's ready to go out now, but we're going to leave it till about March, so that it's a change of season when it's getting spring. Because it's a bit summery, it's a bit of a summery album. You know, so around about March.
What are your influences, and who have you listened to in the past to make music that you make?
We've been going a long time. We've been going for about sort of like 15 years or something like that, so it's hard to say.
It's Timmy.
From Millions.
Oh, it's just a little baby. Lovely. You look lovely, John. You're going to keep her? It's Pippin. Anything.
Anything at all?
No, I don't like them. We keep getting compared to Van de Graaff generator, and I listen to them and I can't figure out the resemblance whatsoever. I don't even like them much, really. I mean, like, okay, they're all well and good and that kind of thing, but nah. Anything. Pop music, we like. We like easy listening music. We like funny, heady, fucking druggy stuff. All sorts, I don't know. Specific bands.
Do you like Blur?
Yeah. I love Blur. I love Blur, yeah.
Totally love it. Yeah, they're fucking brilliant.
When you that Malek thing.
Well, yeah, we didn't actually meet them that day, apart from the party at the end, you know what I mean? So, but they're a brilliant lot. They're really nice. You know, they're sort of yeah, like Blur, Devo, Frank Zappa, Henry Cow, etc., and all things attached to it. XTC.
Did you hear the interview with Blur after the Milan show, where the interviewer was trying to get the Blur to talk about their new album, and all Blur wanted to talk about was how good the Cardiacs were. And
I fucking wish I heard that, actually. No, I didn't.
Battle of wills between the Blur and the interviewer, because Blur wanted to talk about the Cardiacs, and the interviewer wanted to talk about Blur. What do you think to all of that? This systematic oppression.
I didn't hear the interview, so I can't say. But yeah, if anyone wants to blow our trumpet, then fine, you know. So, but
I heard it and I thought they were beautiful, especially Damon is my favourite. Graham's the cutest one.
They've always had, haven't they?
Yeah, you sort of bundle him up in a little package, and put your hand and mouth over his nose, and until he can't breathe that much, and then you just sort of like, and just let him breathe for a bit, and cover it up again.
Oh, you're not babysitting for Pippin, I'm telling you that.
What's funny, I think?
Oh, jeez. It's perfectly normal behaviour.
The drummer's a bit of a ginge, though, isn't he?
Well, says you. OAS stands for?
It doesn't stand for anything, I'm afraid.
Really?
Sorry, actually it does. It stands for you know, so
Right.
it doesn't stand for toss.
What does goose gash mean then?
Goose gash. It means goose gash. You know, it's like.
Right.
What else could it mean? It's goose gash. Goose gash. It means that. If you put it into one word, it will mean that. You know.
Is it a,
It's like, what does pavement mean?
it means
Pavement.
But is it a gash caused by a goose, or is it a gash in a goose?
Oh, I see. All right. It doesn't matter. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. You know, so it means you've got nothing more to think about than wondering. So like, doesn't.
Fair enough.
What do you think of Britpop and the state of the music industry at the moment? Is it Britpop? Yeah.
Britpop being the kind of all the new wavy stuff. I think it's smart, actually. I'm really into it because it's been done really good, isn't it? I mean, because Blur, yeah, Supergrass are great. Blur are fucking brilliant. Oasis are really pretty good. You know, I mean, they're all right. You know what I mean? Something, but it's one of these things. Like if I'd heard Oasis, for example, about sort of like 6 years ago rather than now, I would have gone, what? This is brilliant because it's always been like our favourite sort of stuff, isn't it? You know, and we've always been in anything that kind of goes, that kind of like. But then when it's all happening all the time and you hear it in every jukebox, in every pub you go into, you hear it playing all the time, it kind of loses its edge a little bit, doesn't it? If you know, but that's only a personal sort of thing. But if you really get into it, it's really good, you know. But yeah.
Four years ago, music, like indie music used to go dun 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 dun, I love you, which we didn't find as exciting as dun 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 dun, which is sort of pretty sort of.
On the Britpop thing, you got sort of like John's doing this band called Cooper, right? It's this the stuff that John's writing for this other band called Cooper, and it's that sort of stuff, but pushed to an extreme, and it's fucking brilliant. It shits on any of the sort of like Britpop stuff that's going on there. It just like lays it flat because it's like really high energy and totally, but it's in that ilk, really, really fast and totally brilliant. But the tunes are fucking gorgeous, you know, really beautiful tunes. There's like really gorgeous stuff going on there, you know.
It's not going to be called Cooper though. It's probably going to be called the Action Men or the Action Women, or the Action Women maybe. Well, but the Cooper, there's already a couple of bands called Cooper, so I might, yeah.
The Action Cooper.
The Action Cooper. Is that good? Cooper Men. Oh no!
What about Tom Cooper?
Yeah, Henry Cooper as well. Henry Cooper is Splash It All Over Me, Son, etc.
Or Henry Kelly?
Oh yeah.
I think we're delving into the realm.
People are coming, everyone's trying. Going for gold. It's got Henry Kelly in it.
Yeah.
Top hit.
You're also a Neighbours fan, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I know. But you knew.
Can you describe your music?
Did you do anything?
Yes.
Can you describe your music?
No, I'm not.
No,
No,
I can't. I mean, I don't. If we get asked that or that kind of thing, I know it's a real wimp out answer to kind of go, no, we can't, and all that kind of bollocks, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, because especially if we actually think, all right, if it's going to be written in something that someone's going to read, and we're hoping to pick up a few people by reading this article, thinking, well, what do you mean? We can explain it, but I mean, fucking, I don't know. You know, it's like,
Nobody else can describe
it's just sort of like to describe it. We can't actually describe what we do, but we can kind of describe how we go about it in as much as sort of like we can give a fuck about like whether it's one style, another style, whatever style, or a style that hasn't actually been invented yet. If it seems good to us to actually come up with a certain kind of like tune, rhythmic structure, statistical density, etc., you know, then if it should go on a kind of like mental kind of like, and it sounds good and it does what it's supposed to do, then we do it. And if it goes ding 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 and kind of whips and rocks along for a bit, I mean, why the fuck not do that either? We just do whatever we think is, because we're all into so many different kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter what comes out of our mouths and stuff in the end anyway, you know what I mean? And because of this, we get quite heavily despised because of this, actually, but for some reason, I don't know why. Because it's supposed to be sort of like quite unpalatable because it's not like anything that's actually happened and it's anything that's actually an ilk at the moment and all that kind of thing. Ilk, is that the right word? Yeah, oh, that's right. I found myself using the word ilk the past couple of days and I keep thinking if it's the right word or not. But if it doesn't necessarily belong to any kind of ilk that currently exists, so that people can instantly relate to it, then apparently it's supposed to be a bit unpalatable. And why, really? You know what I mean? Why is this? Like, if something new emerges, why can't you kind of go, oh, that's all right, you know?
I think it's doing whatever you want to do is completely unfashionable, which is why we do it.
Oh yeah, Anakin! Yeah, we just go out of our way to be as unfashionable as possible. You know what I mean? Honestly, if we do something that's in fashion, then we just kind of go, oh no, we're not going to do that anymore.
Have you ever done anything like fashionable by mistake?
We are the height of fucking fashion, Chief. We are trainers. You call them trainers. I am so fashionable. These are fucking green struck, done sort of green flash, mate.
Oh, yeah?
They're only 15 quid. Yeah, they're princess.
What would you do if you got a #1 hit by mistake? You could just let it happen by accident.
Release another one by mistake really, really quickly, I think. You know. So.
Would you just do a runner?
So like, figure out how the tune went, write another one that sounded exactly the same virtually, release it, and then in quick succession, and so like have a string of #1s, I reckon, you know.
Exactly the same song with a beat behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's a better answer. Forget everything that I said though, so like, I'll say a question again. What would you do if you accidentally had a #1? We'd get the Pet Shop Boys to remix it and we'd have
Yeah.
Nice one.
What are the high points and low points of being part of the Cardiacs?
This is the high point.
No, that's the low point.
Yes.
We can't write that down. Oh, we suppose we can. We can describe it.
High points are being on tour and having fun. Low points are being skint all the time.
You have to have a job as well as this, like another...
No, he kind of eats up all our time doing this for some reason, and no, so we can't. And at the same time, we're not allowed to sign on the dole or anything like that because this thing's going. So it's a bit of a tricky situation we're constantly in. So that's what I mean. We're constantly skint, and any money that we make goes straight back into putting out our own records, putting out our own, keeping our own stuff going, and all that kind of thing. So it's like a. But I'm trying to think of a high point actually.
I think you said touring.
When you see
Well, that is honestly it. But touring is the high point because that's the fun, isn't it? That's the holiday. That's holiday time for all of us.
Was a high point. Actually, being in the bath and hearing us on the radio was like really exciting, and that's the kind of thing that I'll never take for granted. Just hearing that come on, that's like really.
I've only ever heard this on the radio that once when I went into a speech shop though and it was playing. And
Really?
But the thing is, there wasn't so much a high point. There was just a kind of I suddenly felt embarrassed and had to leave the sweet shop sort of thing. As if the bloke would know, you know what I mean? For fuck's sake, you know. So, and I didn't buy what I wanted anyway. I got refreshers and I wanted a topic.
Gary Davies, not that I listen to it.
Oh yeah.
I only switched it on for a minute.
I'll tell you something. Starbursts have got peanut butter in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know? Starbursts.
Most people don't know
Is it
this.
best Starbucks or
It's
a
a
peanut butter?
flavour, sure.
No, Starbucks. Do you know?
No, it's peanut butter because I hate peanut butter but I love Starburst. When I found out peanut butter it's kind of it's all right then, you know. So. Didn't you find it spoiled it though? Did you spoil it
For a split second, and then I got into the weirdness of it. Well, that. I mean, it's about the same colour as his. Oh, him, but
I don't even know who he is.
looks like Mick Pugh to me, actually, a little bit. If you twist it.
Blind Pew.
No, I don't know anything like Mick Pugh.
Yeah, a little bit. It's just someone we know you look a little bit like.
Oh, all right then.
You know, Big Pew.
Yeah. 6 million people in the country. Yeah. You've got a big underground following. Would you like a wider audience?
No, we haven't.
You've got a big underground following. Would you like a wider audience?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, of course we would. I mean, if we had a bigger audience, then we might sell a few records and not be skint all the time, for example, sort of thing. But I mean, But there's also something sort of like a bit sort of like cliquey that's kind of nice about us. We think, oh, we've got a big underground following. That kind of makes you think, oh, we've got an underground following. But when it comes down to the real nitty gritty, it just means you haven't got a very big following at all. So if you haven't got a very big following, it's underground. You know what I mean? I think the underground term has just sort of been invented to sort of like make sort of like little bands feel a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, it means second best.
Yeah, it means fuck all people like you, basically. You know what I mean? If you're underground.
But at least it is your following. I mean, you've earned that following through what you do, not through what other people say about you. You've earned that sort of.
We've earned it the hard way just by doing loads of gigs and sieving out sort of like 95% of people at a gig will hate it and 5% might. So the next gig, that 5% just might come along to the next one, or might tell their friends. So it's kind of, yeah. But
I just spoke to
is that what underground means? Fucking hell.
That's what's good about doing this sort of thing now. The fact that it's popular.
You've got an unpopular following, haven't you? You know, so
That's not what I meant at all.
it's like, yeah, most people think you're shit. So like, would you like everyone to think that you're good? It's like,
Should you used to be crazy? No. Background to this question. I went to London the other week and there were loads of people at our gig with Cardiac's t-shirts on. And it's the first people I've seen with Cardiac's people's t-shirts on. There was a big room full of them. I haven't seen her before.
She's the first person ever turned into one of our.
and this is the moment.
Newcastle
Blatantly
Yeah.
walking along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's other people that are into that sort of stuff. That's what I know about you guys. Anything like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that every place in London's got people with t-shirts on it or anything like that. They just have people that are into our stuff that would go and check Eli out and that kind of thing, because of various sort of like diverseness and whatnot. You know.
I find it quite hard to walk down Tottenham Court Road without being mobbed. But that really fucks me off, to be honest. I wish I'd just fucking leave me alone. Because I've got things to get on with. I've just, a lot of things that I want to get down to, and I might just want to go and buy a pair of wire fronts or something like that, and just be mobbed by these fucking fans all over. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're nice people, I mean, they give me
Yeah, that happens to me too.
Yeah. Does that happen to you, Bob? Yeah, actually, Bob, as he walks down Milton Keynes shopping precinct.
Yeah, but it happens to me more. It happens to me wherever I walk. I go to the toilet and it happens to me. It happens to me all the time. Chicks.
Even Aberdeen. Especially Aberdeen.
Chicks. With bosoms.
Go in, and they go in. The other day, a lady came and said, "Have you got any sweets?" And I said, "No." And I said, "What is this place?" She said, "Pub." And then we smiled and kissed.
What did she say when you knew where it was? She said, "No."
She said, "I love the pub."
Right. What are your plans for the future?
Go to the bar and get on the bus and have a bit of a kip, I reckon. Our new album's all done and finished. That's going to be out in about March, hopefully. I'm getting married. Hopefully, but yeah, Bob's getting married. Yeah, album out in March. And then we do our own tour with that album coming out, and it's a double album. Double.
20 of the best, me son. 20 of the best.
Lots of songs, lots of tunes.
Will it be advertised on TV?
No.
It'll be available in all good record shops, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it can be if you can put a little video of an advert.
You know that
That's
passenger
not the
programme
same,
on
though.
Saturday nights or Friday nights or whatever it is, it ought to be advertised in between there.
We're not allowed on all that shit. They won't let us on all this kind of stuff.
We're urging all fans to do like do-it-yourself adverts, though. Do-it-yourself adverts, which involve just getting a camcorder and filming the thing and saying available in all good record shops.
There you go. Here's our record. Here's our record.
Do you want to hear a sneak preview of it?
Yeah.
Here's our record.
I like it already.
Yes, that's the opening track on it is called Gingerbread Man. Carvers, he's worth talking to. He's interesting. You want to talk to him for this interview? Carvers is on the guitar roadie, and he's got a song to sing you.
No, if you sing it along,
Come back.
shall 1, 2, 3, 4. Shall we ever see the sun again? Shall we ever have
Okay, that's it. That's Carver's there.
Is it local or is it
I don't know, it's my friend, he's meeting one of his mates down there, so I don't know what it is.
What is that?
I don't know what it's called. It's Tony's going to meet Ken.
What are you doing? Are you going there now?
I'm only going for a pint and I came back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Shall we ever see?
Love you. Love you.
Oh, love. Hey, what you done? What you done?
What you done, Pipes? Done 3 calories, done 3 proper longs, man. Believe me.
he's got an action man called Paul, and he likes eggs. He goes, I like eggs, I like eggs, I like eggs, like that. And then like his action man was called Paul, and his mate's action man was called Steve, and they used to have fights. And Steve always beat Paul, so one day Carver's like a smart little kid he is, like picked up Steve and chucked him at the wall with his arm broke off. He got into loads of trouble and they buried him, and that was the end. What he said.
The one that broke was that the one that went, I like eggs, I like eggs. Or is that the one that won?
That was Carver's one. The one
Oh, right.
he broke. Well, the one he broke used to beat him up. He used to beat the one who liked eggs up. You know, all he did was like eggs. It wasn't exactly hard or anything, you know.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Alex, and all of a sudden it's like, don't bury me! No! Do it to him! Do it to him! But it wasn't Paul.
No, it wasn't Paul, no, it was Steve. But if you'd buried Paul, he would have gone, no! What's the next question?
Well, there isn't one actually. I'll have to make one up.
You know, the song Up in Annie's Room on the Scenics album. What's the backwards music that runs through it?
Sounds like you got a dodgy cassette. Backwards stuff. On Annie's Room.
Sounds like you sort of like stretched out the sound of the violins, like they're going backwards.
Oh no, it's just a weird kind of string arrangement. It's just also like, it's just a kind of a weird arrangement. It's all like it's just got tons of reverb on it. So no. No, but I've heard it backwards. And backwards it sounds great. And we're going to make another song out of that one backwards.
So you put this like 2K sort of EQ on it, sort of thing, and then like.
I read in an interview in a fanzine that you had used backwards music in one of the albums. Like you played an old track backwards.
Oh yeah, that's
reused
happened a few
it.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like just hearing it, sort of like a track that we've already done and heard it backwards and nicked a few rips off it from what it sounds like backwards and that. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
See,
But then wait, you find out what one it is by playing it backwards. But the thing's like when you play it backwards again after we've redone it backwards from the previous forwards, if you sort of mean, it doesn't sound anything like it does. It should have done forwards, which is odd.
It's because it's not.
it's the ever so plastic guarded line. That's sort of like really oddly familiar when I play that.
No, it's like backwards stuff.
It's
No.
not, because there's something
I'm trying to think of an example. The only example I can think of is there's a track on that Heaven Born one. It kind of that. And that's Don't Brave Son. That's that backwards. But that's only. But if you hear the new one, that's but if you play that backwards, it doesn't sound anything like where it originally came from. So it's kind of like, ooh, where's it all gone? You know, where's all those mystery notes gone? Do you know where it is?
No, I don't know where it
It's a tomato, isn't it?
It is red
It's the
though.
first noise you hear on our new album, mates.
What is it?
I thought it was a tomato. All right. Oh, we called it Tom.
Tom the apple.
That's it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. No, the first thing you hear on the new album is like glum 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 glum. It's that. Yeah. It's a brilliant noise.
For all the people at home, it's completely worth writing to Jimmy Savile when you find out that things like that can happen. Like, it's brilliant.
Because it's such a brilliant noise. Because if you hold it in front, because it's like it's really warm. It's a really plastic thing, but you kind of go. It's like.
It changes so much as well.
Because I've been waiting for an opportunity to use it for ages on something. It's like there, you know, because this first track on this album, it kind of gets all a bit quiet at the beginning and that kind of thing. But this is kind of like, glung, 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 glung. It's like, yeah, then it goes to smoke. Yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, all this sort of noise comes out of it. It's fucking great. Yeah.
And then it goes.
Yeah, then it goes. Then it goes. And then there's a great bit that goes.
Never did album like that. Acapella.
Yeah.
Never thought of doing an acapella song.
Well, that's
That GLR.
You've just done that.
Well, this is the
That's
album.
it, you've just recorded it.
where'd you get that real one?
I heard that GLR session.
Yeah.
It's like acoustics, cardiacs on like my friend just sent me a cassette because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it was really, I like the way like you're whistling the keyboard bit.
Well, we never rehearsed that. We just sort of did it straight off, sort of thing. That's what. But it's
It was great.
it was really funny. It was because it was in the middle of the tour and we were really fucked and tired, sort of thing. But it's good. Good fun. But I specifically, I particularly liked the way that Janice Long says the word punk, because it's a really funny word. Anyway, punk is like a really funny word. But the way she said punk,
P-U-N.
but it says that she spelled it P-U-N-G-K. Punk, punk.
To re-listen to that.
Hey, listen to this as well. This might come out good. Anyway, let Jim Smith do the rest of the interview. Jim. What was the first song? Tell me about the lyrics that you wrote for a cardiac song called Trademark.
No.
Tell me.
No.
Repeat them to me.
No.
Tell me.
No.
Jim Smith wrote the words to.
What are you going to do with that?
And
Were you walking on air?
sorry.
Did you make those mistakes?
I made so many mistakes because all I could see was her like yearning for me, and when she was on stage, I was yearning for her as well, and I was like this.
Were you playing with a wistful look on your face?
Yeah, I had my hand under my chin like that, with my mouth wide open for the people.
What does it say? What's that mean?
So it's a place in Tunisia, I think, or somewhere like that. I can't remember where. Some foreign place. I can't remember. But the basic fact of the matter, we've got this album come out and it's called Us, and it's got songs that Gal sings on, songs that I sing on, but we both play on it. And the basic fact of the matter is that when Cardiacs went on tour with Sidi Bou Saib, we fell deeply in love with each other, and we had to be together. So I've moved all the way from where I was living to, which was Milton Keynes with my parents, because I didn't have anything else. And I moved all the way to Lewisham with her, which is where I live now.
That's romantic.
And I live in Lewisham with her and the other two girls out of Sydney as well. And it's really nice. We're all very good friends.
What's the album called again?
Us. and it's and we did it. We recorded it together in our bedroom. The first song goes. It all starts.
Or anything like that on it?
No, that's the Cardiacs album. That's really weird you brought that up, because I didn't realise that was you that gave that to him. That is on the first track of the Cardiacs album. But anyway,
What about you tonight?
back to Gal. Anyway, Gal, if you're out there, I love you more than life itself, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And what else do I want to say? I'll probably be with you when I'm 90, which is what you said to me on the phone when you rang me up from Germany, because they're on tour at the moment. It's, well, they're on tour in Europe, so I can't even ring her up or anything like that. But you are my favouriteest person in the world. Kiss, kiss. Rabbity.
It's the 4th of November, 1995. It's Newcastle. It's John Paul in the dressing room.
Yeah, and can I just request that when you get back from tour, you put on those little bunny rabbit knickers and little ankle socks, and you hold that whip in your hand for me, because that was good that last night I saw you.
With a whip.
Yeah. It was lovely. I'm eating a little fluffy cake at the moment. A nice girl with a fluffy pink what do you call it? A cardigan. A cardigan. This sounds a bit like the band I'm in. Cardigan. She's got a fluffy pink cardigan. It would go well with those fluffy birdie thingies that you wear. And I'm eating this. It's a pink cake, and I'm eating this. And I'm in the sleepy side t-shirt. So I love you. I think you're fucking beautiful. I think you're the most gorgeous fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And the thing I like most about you is the enormous size of your jugs. And on that note, good night. Jugs.
Yeah, we're going to be in a band together called Cooper or called something. But
Surely not Cooper.
yeah, but I've got another band as well called Catherine in the Cupboard. And so hello, Yvette.